Hello, this is another list review for the Danish nationals. This is Kaspar's British list. Kaspar has made a new army. He's built it and painted it over this winter, and he's going to field it at the Danish nationals. It's a 14 order dice British list. It's a tank platoon, but there are no tanks. 1,000 points straight up. And the theme here is SAS, the long range desert group in the desert. So he has made a lot of armored jeeps. He has let me just see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 SAS jeeps. They have recce, they're soft-skinned, they have a front-facing HMG, and then rear-facing LMGs, and two of those, and a front-facing LMG as well. So they can split fire 4 ways, basically, if you get them to face different directions and still have enemies in sight, right? But you can also do the thing where you move up and you turn around and you shoot backwards and then you move off. All of them have recce. All of them are very annoying, very, very good. They are so mobile. They're so... and because they have that HMG, they are able to move up and start shooting tanks in the side or the rear and maybe get something out of that. At least maybe a few pins, which is where they really shine. So what it will do is it will surround your tanks with jeeps that are just firing HMG shots into it to pin it down. And if he moves up 5 of these jeeps, well, you are going to get pinned to smithereens. The only thing that's special is one of the jeeps has the command vehicle special rule, which is kind of good. I would even suggest that you have... No, you can't do that, sorry. The radio network, you need tanks to do that, don't you? Well, too bad. Because you do have several of the same type here, Kaspar. But I think you need tanks for that. Right, when we go to the infantry, he's stuck with his theme. Kaspar does this every time. He sticks with his theme of SAS. So he has SAS infantry sections. Let me see, are they all the same? Yes, I think there's one less machine gun in one of the sections. And a rifle more. So 1, 2 men, 3 men, 4 men, 5 men, 6 men. 6-man units, veterans. He has an LMG, an anti-tank grenades. Normally I am the LMG hater, right? I dislike the LMG. I think it's overcosted, especially on infantry. Anti-tank grenades, the common held wisdom, the meta wisdom of Denmark is that anti-tank grenades is not good. And Kaspar insists on going with these. Why does he do it? Well, because he doesn't listen to me, which I think is a good idea. The idea here is that his infantry needs to be able to sit on the back line and still influence the game. If he can place an objective on his own back line, he'll dump one of his infantry units. It's a veteran unit. It has, how many men did I say? 6 men. 6 men. It's going to be hard to shift. You can't move up to it and charge it away because they're Sas, they are fanatic. They have submachine guns, 3 submachine guns in most of the units. One of them has 1 less submachine gun simply because of points values, I guess. But that makes it really hard to move up. So they're a tough fighter. You don't want to approach a Sas unit. I know this, I've run them. They're really good. Expensive, but really good. And so you can sit it on the back line and have the LMG just pouring out shots. Another thing that's interesting about why he chooses to have these AT grenades is he wants his infantry to be able to charge tanks. He does not have a lot of anti-tank in his list. He has those HMGs, but that is basically it, which means that he's really light on AT. So he wants the infantry to be able to charge tanks. And you can do this. With a 6-man squad, it's even possible that you might kill the tank, because most of the time you'll need a 4+ to hit, right? That will mean 3, so you're rolling a penetration roll with a 3+ most of the time. I would have liked if there was like 1 or 2 guys extra in the units, just to make sure that you have enough statistically to actually hit the tank and damage it. But with AT tank grenades, you can actually, if you penetrate that tank, you can kill it. Interesting. It's very interesting. I would not recommend to use this Sas Infantry as chargers. They are not dedicated assault units, but they will hurt stuff if they end up in melee. And they'll also hurt stuff at close range with the submachine guns and the LMG. He's chosen Blood Curling Charge. Again, an interesting choice. I would have gone with for dedicated close assault units, I would have gone with a different one. But these units are not dedicated close assault units. He's going with Blood Curling Charge because he wants to be able to not take defensive fire when the enemy is charged by his SAS. Even from tanks, tanks will not be able to shoot at him when he charges with his anti-tank grenades, which I think is a clever little trick to pull. I like it. I think overall, the Blood Curling Charge is only going to be useful on 3 of your units, Kaspar. I think Vengeance would have been better, because you have so many regular and veteran units that Vengeance would have been, overall, over 5 games, more useful, because it would have also affected your Jeeps. But I can see why you're doing this. It's an interesting little trick to pull. The final things is the support. He has a free forward observer with an extra infantry model, making him more survivable. That's always good. A sniper team, regular. A flamethrower team, regular. And then a lot of trucks to place his infantry in those. He has 2 3-ton trucks. Each of them can carry 12 men. I hope that works out at what you're calculating here. I haven't done the math, but it should work. And then a Jeep. The 3-ton trucks has MMGs on them. Again, it makes them usable. You could save a few points, make them inexperienced, and then cut out the MMG, saving even more points. But I'm not sure what you would use those points for in this list, so maybe this works out perfect. And a truck sitting on the back line, pumping out shots from its MMG, it's a really good pin machine. Yeah, a very interesting list, a very mobile, very annoying list with all that recce. A list that sort of goes in and tries to manipulate the rules of charging and all of that to its own advantage. I like it. Good luck. See you. Cheers.